Hi, this is Mihnea from Uplife, a Romanian living and traveling in Beijing. If you follow me on my social media, you know that I used to live in Thailand. I lived there for 16 years. Then we moved to Beijing, China. The move was quite hectic. There were so many things to get used to and set up, but I think our apartment is finally set up, so it's time to get back to some sort of work routine. But before I do that, I need to have a look at all my projects and audit them and decide which ones to continue, which ones to focus on, which ones to just end. There are so many things I want to do. There are so many things I used to do back in Thailand, but the situation here is different in China, so I'm going to try to focus on just a few important projects that are important to me, and obviously I hope they will be important to you. You will find them useful for your personal growth or interest. Let's start looking at my YouTube things, my YouTube channel. I have 2 pages here full of projects and notes, so I'm going to look down at my laptop screen. I have 5 YouTube channels, each of them on slightly different niches. My main channel, the first channel that I have ever opened back in 2007, is called Travel More Live Life. That was my main travel channel. It is a channel where I post travel updates and vlogs and impressions from my travels and adventures from my travels. It's a really good project that I want to continue. I have 6,500 subscribers. The subscribers are growing steadily. It's a project that I want to continue. Then my next project on YouTube, my second project, is Romanian Hub, a channel where I teach you Romanian. I call it the ultimate Romanian language learning portal. There are over 1,800 subscribers. The interaction there is mad. The community is great. That is another channel I really want to focus on in the future. My third channel is Uplife, obviously this channel where you're watching this video update on my projects. As you can see, there are almost 400 subs. This channel needs a lot of work, and I am planning to focus more on this channel and work on growing it and starting some new projects here. That's the plan for this channel. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, why don't you click the like button now? Anyway, let's continue to my 4th channel. My 4th channel is India Hub, an experiment channel where I posted just travel videos and things about India. Since my wife is from India, we travel back to India almost every year, sometimes more than once a year, and I make a lot of videos while we do that, and I take a lot of photos. So I thought of having just a channel for my India videos, and that channel is also going pretty well. There are almost 400 subs, but I have not worked on it for quite a long time. Although I have the videos, I need to edit them and then post some updates. We'll see as time allows. I will continue working on this channel too. And then my last channel is called China Hub. This one has just become my Romanian travel channel. The tagline is a Romanian in Beijing, un român în Beijing, where I post travel vlogs and I post stuff about my life here in China in Romanian. This channel is picking up okay, but there's a lot of work going into the editing, and we'll see how this will go in the future. Right, so these are my 5 YouTube channels. Now, let me tell you about my 5 Facebook pages. Now, apart from my personal profile, private profile, I have 5 pages. The main one, VM Simandan, about my travels, over 10,000 likes. That's going strong. That's where I post updates about my travels here in China. That is basically my Facebook page for my travel channel, Travel More Live Life. The engagement is pretty good. It's also a good channel for my folks back home and whoever knows me personally to keep in touch and keep track of what I'm doing here in China. Then I have Romanian Hub, over 1400 likes. This is mad. I have daily posts, I have prompts for people to practice their Romanian language. The engagement is amazing. The channel is slowly growing. This is like a nice experiment which actually picked up so much. Obviously it is related to my Romanian Hub YouTube channel. That's where I also promote my YouTube videos, and I also re-upload the videos themselves within the Facebook platform. This is a page I will continue working on full force. Now, my other Facebook page, Read Aloud Videos, it has over 1200 likes. Now, this was a Facebook page that was related to my literacy Read Aloud program. It started on my travel channel. I posted quite a lot of stuff on this channel, but the future of this Read Aloud program is kind of like in limbo. Maybe updates later on, but right now I'm still working on it, but I won't be making more content for it. Basically, I'll just be doing cross promotion between the YouTube channel and obviously the Facebook page. Then, if you know me well, I love Japan. If you follow my website, there's tons of stuff about Japan. So I have a page, We Love All Japan, like a page that I started and I was so excited about it. Over 3,400 likes. I posted updates from our travels in Japan, videos, photos, tips and tricks. I even contacted another blogger from Hokkaido who is also an editor, and we post stuff about Japan. This is a project of love which I have not really worked on in the last few weeks because of this move to China. I was mad, but it is something I want to continue. It's pretty easy to do this because I can just schedule in advance the posts that I want to make and then just keep track of the comments and a bit of like and share promotions. My last Facebook page is Taiwan Travel Vlogs. It's got almost 1100 likes. This is basically a Facebook page where I re-uploaded all my YouTube videos from my travels in Taiwan. I still have tons and tons and tons of videos from Taiwan which need to be edited. So this page was kind of like set in motion, and I just scheduled, I think, 6 months in advance of videos which I've already had. Most likely it will go in parallel with my travel channel, depending on what kind of videos I post there. If there's anything about Taiwan, I will probably promote it and re-upload it on the Facebook page too. That was YouTube and Facebook. Now let's have a look at what's happening on Twitter. On Twitter, I have 3 accounts. One is related to my travel channels and the tag is VMC Mandan. This is where I promote and try to engage in discussions with regards to my travels and basically any other interest that I have. I'm not really a Twitter person. I'm more of a Facebook and YouTube guy. So the engagement there is not that great, but I still have 2,400 followers there, so I should not abandon it, right? I also have a Twitter account for the Romanian Hub channel at Romanian Hub. Only 50 followers there. I really did not work on it at all. Just did some cross promotion from YouTube, and I just follow some other Twitter accounts that deal with the Romanian language, but I'm not really engaged in any conversation there. And then there's the Read Aloud Videos Twitter account, which is kind of in a hiatus. I have not really worked on it. Only 40 followers, not many. Nothing much is happening there. I think this account will be sidelined together with the Read Aloud project. More on that maybe later in another video. Now, obviously, there's also Instagram. On Instagram, I have just one account called, obviously, @VMSimondan, and it is an account about my travels. I'm still struggling to be active on Instagram. I don't know it. I haven't really clicked with Instagram, although I know it's huge, and I do follow some good pages on Instagram. I have about 300 followers there, and whenever I post anything, the feedback is pretty good, so I really need to get back onto my Instagram game. Apart from that, obviously there's my website, my main website, www.simondan.com. It is just a melting pot of all my previous and current passions and interests, and there are like, I think, over 1,000 articles on a variety of subjects, from books, linguistics, travel, marketing, so on and so forth. It's just amazing how much stuff I've got there, but the website still doesn't have a true focus, so I will need to think really well about what I want to do with that website. Obviously, I will keep it. I've just paid for another 3 years of hosting fees, so that website is a project that is still up and running, is alive, and it's actually bringing some side income from the guest posts that I post there. All right, what else do we have here? Now, apart from these social media projects, so to speak, that I am also involved in other things, and something that I'm struggling to find time for. So I've also started trading stocks online. I have a platform on Exxon where I trade stocks. It requires so much research, and because of the time difference, the trading hours start at 9:30 at night here in Beijing, so it's just mad to stay up all night and trade stocks. So that is something that I have running. I need to decide what am I gonna do with that account and with the money that I invested there. And if I'm into it, I can make a few $100s every week. But if I'm not into it, if I'm not doing the research, it's very easy to lose money, or I just have to make some investments for like the long term. Then there's the Read Aloud program, which is reaching its final stages, and I think I'm gonna close it down, but I really want to do justice to it and end it properly. Then I have obviously all these travel videos that I am editing, or I plan to edit, or I want to edit. I've got like videos from Thailand, from China, from our trip to the States, from our trip to Europe. I have the Taiwan videos, and then I have videos from Vietnam, which is like another huge project which I haven't even started. So that's like a work in progress that I want to slowly put into some sort of roster, some sort of schedule, where I do at least one video a week for each of my travel channels. All right, now this is the most interesting part, I think, for myself. The upcoming projects, what I'm working on right now for the last few weeks, months. I've been thinking and planning of starting a podcast, which will also be a video podcast here on this channel. So this is kind of a big announcement. I am starting a podcast here on UpLife. It's most probably going to be called UpLife Studio, and I'm setting up the podcast corner in the house, and I'm arranging for the first guest, and this is so exciting. The podcast project is coming up really soon. I hope that in less than a month to have it up and running. The second live project that I'm working on right now is the second edition of my ebook 10 Steps to an Upgraded Lifestyle, which actually will be the launch of my podcast. So the podcast's main idea is to inspire people and to inspire myself to go out there and try to succeed an upgraded lifestyle, to find an upgraded lifestyle. And I have the 10 steps which I think will upgrade your lifestyle, and I want to find people with a similar frame of mind and similar ideas who can help you and me continue this journey to find and live the upgraded lifestyle. Now, these are the projects that I'm working on right now, but there are other projects that I want to restart, projects that have kind of been gathering dust for quite a while. And these projects include my writing stuff. So I have ready a few collections of short stories. I have one collection of short stories called Riding the Cylinder. I even have the cover for it. So it's all ready to go. I just need to, find the time and finalize the project. There's also another booklet for children. I have a story for children called Taking the Seas. I have the cover for it too. It's ready to go. And then obviously there is my novel project, The Buddha Head, which is ready to go. It's been edited, it's been seen by an agent, it's been seen by a professional editor. I just need to reread it because the action was taking place in Thailand, and ever since I finished the book maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, a few things have happened in the country which I made references to in the novel, and I want to kind of like update it and make sure that it is also historically correct. Obviously, it's a historical novel, a historical thriller adventure novel, so it's important that I stick to facts wherever I can or it's needed. So these are the projects going on, these are the pages that I'm working on. But the funny thing is, at the same time, I have so many interests that actually I have brought with me here in China. I didn't want to just give up on them in Thailand. When we moved to China, we had 17 suitcases full of stuff, and one suitcase was with my stuff. So I want to catalog these interests of mine. You'll see in just a second what I'm talking about. I have several collections which need to be cataloged, and I need to do some research on it, and just have fun exploring my collections and sharing it with you here on Up Live Studio. So I have very good coin collections, like I think it's 7 kgs of coins. They're nicely arranged in albums, but I still have a few more to add. Then I have a banknotes collection, then I have a pin collection, then I have a Japanese handkerchief collection, which it would be so nice to have it displayed somewhere around here, and maybe also help the room with the echo and do some soundproofing. Then there's a mini stamp collection, which I want to continue because it's just fun to collect stamps and learn about the history of the world through the medium of stamps. And I'm also really passionate about cartography, so I have a small map collection, and I've been thinking of some map art projects, some collages for quite a while, so I'm thinking of getting back into that. But for that I would need a maker space so I can play a bit with my creativity. These are the main interests, the main hobbies that I have, but there's also stuff that I need to continue, and I need to be really serious about it. And obviously the main area that I have to continue and be on top of things is my health. So I need to continue with my calisthenics. I'm setting up in the other room a workout area. I also need to continue with my combat training. Like, you know, I wanted to be a ninja once. I still want to be a ninja. I have to stay in shape. I just love martial arts and combat and, you know, a bit of physicality. I've started with a colleague from work. We're doing some Muay Thai every week. And obviously I need to slowly go back into the gym, although I'm not a big gym person, but it goes well with calisthenics and with the Muay Thai training. And then I'm also setting up the room for archery practice, short distance. I want to get back into archery. There are big plans to go to the Masters Games in Japan in 2021. So that's on the health, you know, front. Now, the reason why we moved to China was also to learn Chinese. I think it is the language of the future, and I really want to learn Chinese. I want to learn the language. I want to learn how to speak, how to write. I want to learn calligraphy, and that should be and is a big focus of our move to China. But we just haven't had the time to sit down and make a proper action plan. So there's the learning Chinese. Plus, I have a great opportunity of applying for a Hungarian passport. So if my Hungarian is good enough, I can receive Hungarian citizenship, get a Hungarian passport, and, you know, like have a second passport, which is like great. How can you say no to that? So there's learning Chinese, then there's learning Hungarian. And then my love of writing, you know, has never left me. And I need to get back into some sort of writing routine and write both fiction and non-fiction. And although I've started doing some small non-fiction, some article writing for my school, I really need to start working on some personal projects. Where in Beijing there's so much stuff I can write about, and I really need to start reading more. It's just these last few weeks have been just a madness, and I didn't really have time to just sit on the sofa and do some reading. So I'm gonna get back into reading both fiction, non-fiction, and this is like a love I will never be able to give up on. Right, all these have to somehow fit into my 24 hours, and having in mind that I'm also working full-time here at a school in Beijing teaching psychology and history, I have to keep in mind that all this happens for a reason, and think about what is my life goal right now that we moved to China. Obviously, I'm speaking as from a personal perspective, my personal life goal, not as a family. And right now, I'm really focused on becoming a minimalist. Now, actually, you can see this table. It's quite empty, and there are just a few fancy things. This one, by the way, is just decoration. It's not on. I just like this, like matrix kind of like light. But the corner is full of stuff, so it's not what it seems to be. I want to become a minimalist, and I want to have just what I need, not tons and tons of stuff. I've become better and better over the years. The move to China helped me get rid of so many things, but my mission in life right now is to make sure that the house has all the things needed to make us comfortable, but not more, not less. And for the next like 3 years, I'm not gonna buy any more clothes unless I really need something warm for the winter. So I'm trying to become a minimalist. I'm studying what it means to be a minimalist in life, minimalist in technology, and it is a journey. So all these projects have to fit into my goal of becoming a minimalist. And with that comes my goal, and I'm very close to it, of having a zero inbox by the end of the week. Obviously, as you receive emails every day, I'm talking about personal emails, not work related emails. I try to keep my inbox very, very clean. I'm still not that good with the newsletters that I'm subscribed to. So if inbox is zero at the end of the week, that is like such a big win for me. It's also good mentally, and it also clears up so much noise in my life. And the other goal that I have in life, which is it's coming along pretty well, is not to bring work at home from school. No grading, no planning. Everything has to be done at school so that at home I can focus on all these things and I can progress with my life and with the things that I want to do in my life. Now, the other things that's left, and this is like the topic of probably another solo podcast, is what to do with my huge archive of photos and videos. I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk, my online mentor, so to speak, the guy that I really follow and look up to, said like, what's the point of writing a song if you don't release that song and no one can listen to it? Like, what if it's the best thing ever, but you never released it, so no one will find out and you won't find out? So the same thing with, I have so many photos and I do want to share them on my social media, but obviously it requires some editing, requires some time, requires some planning, and my videos need to be edited. So in the past few weeks I haven't made that many videos and I haven't taken that many photos because I'm just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that I already have in my external hard drive, and the question bugs me, like, what am I gonna do with all these photos? There's a plan for an exhibition back home in Romania on China that might happen in a year's time, but what about the rest? What am I gonna do with all these photos and videos that I have? I really want to share them with the world, or else there's no point in taking them. Or if I take them for my personal memories, there should be a system, there should be a way to, to make time and check them out once in a while. All right. So this was what I hope to become, a solo podcast, a podcast where I have a conversation with you, my audience, about what's happening here in China, about my life as an expat in a country far away from home, where I'm trying to become a minimalist and live an upgraded lifestyle. I would really love if you could put in your 2 cents. Tell me, how do you manage with all the things in your life? Do you have many passions? How do you choose that one passion that's very important? And how do you manage your day? All right, until next time, this is Michnia signing off from Beijing. Ciao.